Hi, today we are going to study time value of money, chapter number 3. This is one of the most basic yet very important topics of financial management. Now, we will be referring to time value of money as TVM throughout the chapter. There are few important concepts that I'll be explaining to you before we begin further. Now, as a student myself, when I studied time value of money, I found it very amusing. How can money have any kind of time value attached to it? So, I went to my professor and I asked him how this can happen. He explained to me about 3 different concepts which are essential, because of which money has time value attached to it. The first concept is uncertainty. Uncertainty about any future event. As we all know, yesterday there was a tsunami in Japan. That is an uncertainty about the future events. We do not know whether what will happen in future. This uncertainty leads us to make sure that we spend our money before anything happens to us. Now, let's look at the second concept. The second concept is about consumption. Consumption is more of a economic point of view concept. Somebody who has money with him or her would like to spend that money for his or her desires or needs. However, if you want them to postpone that consumption to a future date, to a future time, you'll have to give them some kind of incentive, let's say an interest, so that they are ready to postpone their consumption needs. Now, within consumption, you need to realize that there are people who have surplus money and there are people who have deficit money. People who have deficit money would like people who have surplus money to lend them money. Now, when this happens, the people who have deficit money will tell the people who have surplus money that in place of giving me the money, I am going to pay you some incentive, which is interest. So that is the concept behind consumption. And the third concept is about inflation. We know that if I have 100 rupees today, I can buy a certain commodity at that price. But after 1 year, that same commodity's price will increase, and hence I will not be able to buy that commodity at rupees 100. The price has gone up. I'll be able to buy lower amount of the same commodity, or I'll have to pay extra amount. So these are the 3 basic concepts for time value of money. These are the 3 reasons why money has time value attached to it. Now, let's move further. Before we move further and look at the formulae that are required for calculations of time value of money, we will see what are the different kind of cash flows that we will be dealing with. There are 3 cash flows that we'll be looking at. The first one is lump sum amount. A lump sum amount is a kind of cash flow where it happens at a single point of time. For example, if I want to draw a timeline, this is year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. A lump sum cash flow is something which occurs at this point of time. Let's say rupees 5,000. Rupees 5,000 is a lump sum cash flow that occurs at the end of year 4. Now, a second type of cash flow, annuity. How is annuity different from lump sum amount? In lump sum amount, you have a cash flow that is occurring at only a single point of time. However, in annuity, you have similar, that is equal cash flows occurring at multiple periods of time. Let's look at the timeline for annuity. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In case of annuity, the cash flows will be 5,000 at the end of year 1, 5,000 at the end of year 2, 5,000 at the end of year 3 and 5,000 at the end of year 4. There are two things that you need to remember when a cash flow series is an annuity. One, cash flows are equal or similar. In this case, we observe that all the cash flows are rupees 5,000. B, there shouldn't be any gaps between the cash flows. No gaps in cash flows. So for example, if at the end of the second year this cash flow did not occur, in that case this cannot be counted as an annuity. And third type of cash flow is uneven cash flows. The timeline for such a cash flow would look like this. $1,000, $5,000, $4,000, $5,000. Now this is a cash flow where at the end of each years the cash flows are occurring, however they are not the same.